Hi, okay. So last week I was working on like some world building stuff in my book, and I think I got to a good place with that over the weekend. I figured some stuff out. It was great. And so today what I want to do before, I'm not quite ready to jump back into the draft yet, I am going to make a little beat sheet for this kind of like fantasy story within the story that I have. And it's going to be real short, but that's my goal for today. So I think because I just kind of realized...
So I did quite a bit more world building work over the end of last week and through the weekend. I didn't vlog any of it, but I think I had quite a few revelations about this side of Dragon Balloon, the fantasy stuff. I made some pretty big changes to the world itself and what it's like there, and like the backstory, sort of the political backstory, I suppose you would say. And also I made some clarifications on the magic system that really helped me get things just a lot more squared away in my head. So I'm still not quite at the point where I'm ready to start drafting again. And I was kind of beating myself up about this yesterday because I was thinking, oh, this is just, you're procrastinating now. You took over a week off of the draft and now you're procrastinating. But when I look at my outline, my zero draft of Logan's story, again, I know I've said this before, but so much of what happens after the midpoint is this fantasy world and Logan's world crashing together. I need to take this time to really understand what's happening over here. Otherwise, I'm just not going to know where I'm going, because I have made so many changes here in the last week. And obviously, a lot of what I've plotted out with Logan, it's going to have an effect on that. That's not to say it's going to totally veer off from the zero draft. In fact, a lot of my zero draft scenes after this point are, with the exception of like a few really crucial scenes, they're a little bit vague, and I think this is going to help me find some clarity there too. So what I want to do today, I'm in the middle of the first 20-minute sprint on Lisa's live stream, and I just set up a basic beat sheet, save the cat beat sheet in a Word document, and I am not going to I'm not going to worry about making this like a scene by scene thing or even making it neat and pretty. I am just going to word vomit for each beat what I see happening with Etta within this new world and her the new kind of status quo in which she starts out, Etta being the main character of this fantasy story. And that's kind of my goal for today. I don't know if I'll get through the whole beat sheet. If I need to work on it some more tomorrow morning, I'm okay with that. But I would like to at least get to this midpoint today, if not finish the whole thing. And I think that's going to help me just be ready to dive back into Logan's story. I hope I'm not procrastinating. I don't think I'm procrastinating. It really does feel like I am, but every time I go back over here and look at this, I'm like, no, you need to work out this side of it before you jump back in. Otherwise, this is just going to be a waste of time. So this week is probably going to be still more focused on development, and then I'm very much hoping that by this coming Monday, I will be drafting this book. I don't think I'm like past the point where there's absolutely no chance I could go on submission with this later this year, but June is creeping up, and I'm going to need to do a major revision once I'm finished, and then I'm going to need to do beta reads and revisions based off that, and my agent, and she will no doubt have feedback. So I'm starting to accept the fact that this might not be a fall submission. This might be an early 2022 submission, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I want to push myself, and I like setting goals and trying to meet those deadlines, but I don't want to do it to the detriment of the book itself. And it's always kind of hard to find that line, right? So anyway, by the way, I got a cover from Scholastic for my third middle grade book with them. So you guys, I know I've shown you the covers for the book that's already out, Somebody to Love. And then there's The Dog's Meow, which is out in, I don't even know anymore, September or December. It keeps changing and I'm tired of trying to keep up with it. And then the third book, brace yourself for some overly adorable animals. My Otter Half. I quite literally laughed out loud when I saw this cover. Their faces, and I love how they all three look together. And third grade Michelle going to the Scholastic, fair when it came to school, she would have grabbed all of these because cute animals. So I'm on board. I love it. I love how they look together. They're just so ridiculously adorable. It's kind of painful. My Other Half is going to be out in, I think, January. Again, the dates keep changing and I can't keep up. But I think January 2022, obviously, is the date for My Other Half. So yay, cover. I only have 12 minutes left in this 20-minute sprint. So let's get to work on this beat sheet. So that was great. In 3 20-minute sprints, I got 2,889 words, and that is most of the way through the All Is Lost section of the beat sheet, which is really close to the end. All I have left is Dark Night of the Soul, Break Into 3, the finale, and the final image. And I think I have a pretty clear idea of what I want those to be in my mind, but honestly, I am really excited about this. That was a really good session. I figured out a lot about the book, worked out a lot of details. The biggest problem right now, honestly, is that I kind of want to write this book. Maybe not just have it be the story within a story, but actually just write this book as a separate thing. Again, that's probably procrastination, shiny new idea syndrome trying to pull me away from finishing the thing I started. And I do still feel very excited when I think about the way these two stories come together. So I'm not gonna do that, I don't think. But anyway, very productive morning. Got a lot done. I feel good about this. I'm probably gonna try to finish this beat sheet this afternoon, but first, my very impatient dog is waiting for me to take her on a walk, so let's do that. So that is that. I took Rose on a walk, had a little lunch, sat down for 30 more minutes maybe, and I got to, I think, about 3,700 words, wrote all the way through the beat sheet, and now I've got a beat sheet. Is it perfect? Oh no. There are it's far from a scene by scene beat sheet. But in general, I know what this story is now, and it is definitely not what I thought it was a week ago. In fact, when I got to the ending and realized how that story's ending had changed, I realized I needed to make a pretty big change to Logan's midpoint scene where they come together. But fortunately, it is a very easy change to make. Basically, there was a character in this scene and now they can't be in that scene, but another character needs to be in that scene, and it's actually going to be a pretty easy swap, I think. So that probably makes very little sense. It's fine. It makes sense in my head. So I'm really excited about this, and I'm re-excited about Logan's story again, because definitely the reason I was kind of dragging my feet through some of the last few scenes that I wrote in Fun and Games, and wanting to move forward is because I just knew I didn't have a good enough understanding about the B-side, and now I do. And to be totally honest with you, I am still kind of tempted to just be like, let me just write this whole book on its own first and then come back to Logan's. But that is shiny new idea syndrome kicking in and trying to distract me from finishing the draft as a whole. So I will not give in. I will not. But I'm gonna keep playing with this beat sheet more over the next couple of days and over the weekend. If new ideas come to me, I'm gonna write them in. The characters started feeling a lot more real to me while I was working on the beat sheet, and that's always a real good sign. But yeah, right now my plan is absolutely no excuses. Next week, when I start vlogging, I'm going to be drafting this book again. I'm going to be writing more of Logan's chapters, and all of this fun fantasy stuff I've been working on, is going to start to bleed into her story. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. So that's gonna be it for this vlog. I hope you guys are having a wonderful writing week, and I hope you have a great weekend. Let me know how it's going with your stories, with your writing, with life in general in the comments down below, and I'll see you Monday with another video. Bye.